Welcome to CCTV America's special week-long report on graduation. From the end of May to July, millions and millions of new graduates will tuck their diplomas under their arms and rush into the world, taking their dreams and aspirations with them. But the road ahead is tougher than ever. And that's what we plan to explore this week, the challenges graduates face as they look for jobs and join the global economy. But first, the question is, how many people even get that far? Let's get into it. According to the OECD, 39% of young people in developed nations are expected to complete university-level education. Those rates, of course, vary dramatically from country to country and region to region. In countries such as Iceland, Poland, the UK, and Denmark, the rate of graduation tops 50%. That means at least 1 in every 2 young person will be a university graduate. Now, on the other hand, on the other end of that spectrum, there's the bottom of the class. Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Turkey, they have graduation rates below 25%. And of course, then we get to the United States. It falls somewhere in the middle. 38% of young people are expected to get their degrees, and that's right at the OECD average. Graduates in the U.S. face an uncertain labor market. On Friday, we learned that 175,000 new jobs were added to the world's largest economy, but the jobless rate ticked higher to 7.6%. And then consider that most of today's recent graduates are saddled with thousands of dollars in debt and find themselves unemployed or working in jobs that don't even require a degree. Shraysi Tandon investigates.
College graduation is typically a time filled with hope and excitement. Lately, though, the feeling many American students have as they stand dressed in their cap and gown is one of dread as they look to a future burdened by student loan debt and underemployment. The notion that a college degree guarantees employment is being challenged. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, of the top 10 fastest growing occupations during the 2010 and 2020 decade, only 2 will require a college degree. And 4 of them don't even require a high school diploma. Health-related fields are expected to see the biggest increases.
The fastest growing and the jobs that are expected to increase numerically the most, the health aides and the personal care, those 2 jobs actually don't require education beyond high school. So if we even looked a little bit further of all the occupations that are expected to grow, a good chunk, maybe 2/3 or so of those jobs that are expected to grow require high school education or less.
Historically, during times of economic downturn, young workers experience disproportionate increases in unemployment. But Nobel laureate and university professor Dr. Gary Becker says college graduates are much better off than those without a degree.
I guarantee you, once we come out of the recession, the economy starts booming like it did before, college graduates will do quite well. Because the modern economy needs people with knowledge and skills and so on. Maybe more jobs are going to be created, you know, in low skill levels, but the high-paying jobs are going to be people who command knowledge and skills.
Many recent college graduates are finding that a degree simply just doesn't guarantee a high-paying job. But their hope is that it would at least give them an edge in an otherwise tight labor market. Shraysi Tandon, CCTV, Chicago.
For more on this, we're joined by Rafiq Abdus-Sabur, education consultant and founder of WordsEdgewise.com, joining us live from Boston. Welcome to the show, sir. Good to have you on. You know, we've been talking about this. This is a very big focus for us, but let me start laying the groundwork. Give us a sense of the current challenges in terms of the percentage of college graduates who are trying to get a job and perhaps either can't, or what percentage is actually getting placed.
Well, the statistics are too complicated to really sort of explain it in those terms. I think it really boils down to the major you choose, the college you choose. I think there's some great research that was done by the Center for Education and Workforce at Georgetown University that essentially echoed the sentiment by Dr. Becker that, you know, having a college degree, certainly you'll fare better than your counterparts who are without a college degree or just have a high school diploma or some level of high school education, it's still the primary mode of to sort of actualize social mobility. So for the low income and working class, it's still the primary way, the best chance that they have to,
All right,
to really
Rafiq,
move.
Rafiq, I agree with you, and I think 99% of the world would agree with you that says that getting a college degree is better than not having a college degree. But I think I speak on behalf of the hundreds of millions of parents out there. When they groom their kids and their babies when they're 1 or 2 years old, you're already thinking about what is a good career for my son or daughter. So let me ask you that. What would you advise those kids? What career fields are best?
I think, particularly in the struggling economy, the industries that are thriving are certainly healthcare and education. I know it seems sort of ironic. You don't hear much talk about education as being an industry that is continually hiring, but it has one of the lowest unemployment rates across the sector. So, and it also absorbs some of the other majors. So if you major in education for your bachelor's degree, you have a better chance of getting a job than someone who with a master's degree in, say, for example, architecture. And education is also a wide enough field that people who major in psychology and social work can also come into it and find work. So healthcare, education are the industries that are growing.
I want to get your take on a conversation that we had not too long ago with a few folks here at the TV station, and that was, whether or not when young people come into the workforce and they graduate with whether it's a degree of sociology or English or business, and they have this expectation they're going to get out into the job market, they're going to make, $150,000 day one because they hear that their friends got a very great job and a high salary. Then there's this sort of letdown when they get into the interviewing process. They realize that those jobs really are very, very hard to get. Is there a sense of expectation management, or should there be one for college students?
There absolutely should be, and I think another great resource is payscale.com, which essentially, you can put in your career choice and your state, and it'll tell you how much you can expect to be paid for that job. And I think it's pretty unrealistic to expect that you're going to come out of college and make over $100,000, unless maybe if you graduate from MIT, which is regarded as the most valuable bachelor's degree that you can have. And I think, but other than that, you can make anywhere from $30,000 to $80,000 depending on the field.
Well, what they want and what they get are very different. We know a lot of folks who graduate with specific degrees, many times, don't actually do a career in that degree. All right.
That's true.
Thank you very much. Great to have you on the show on our special graduation series, Rafiq Abdus-Sabur, education consultant.